It's recording now. Both. Thank you again. So when you see this kind of thing forming, you look at the direction. Are you seeing the direction? Okay. This range is different from one that you may form in the middle of the chart like this. Okay. Okay. So this is called sideways. This is called a sideways range. It's in the middle of the chart. It's sideways. Okay. In this case, you trade the breakouts, and we discussed them in the previous session. Was that? I hope that was clear. Now I'm going to give you examples where it dives into. This one it's diving into. When it dives into, I told you, it will usually consolidate something small like this and shoot up and bounce, or it will immediately bounce off. If it doesn't immediately bounce off, it will first form a range and then this. So there are three scenarios. It will consolidate and then eventually bounce off. Causing a shift of trend, okay? Or it will break out. Remember, if it breaks out of the zone, the rule is always the same. This demand zone is very strong. If price breaks out, price has to rally to the downside. So that one you already know. Breakouts are very easy. You know what to do. Okay? But when you see it consolidating here, you look for what we call a retest. Okay? You'll form some small zones here. It will retest and then break out eventually. Hello. Hello. I'm okay. Who is this? Who is this? I'm okay. Who is this? Hello? Okay, I'm going to call you back. I'm kind of busy at the moment. Hello? Hello, guys. Sorry about that. So check this out. Oh, so we've spoken about this, okay? It dives into, this is how it dives into, okay? Then you know how to trade it. So then the reverse is true for an uptrend, okay? It will do something like this, okay? And then you look for a rejection. So maybe in another session, I'll talk about the things that happen. There's a whole different scenario happening here so that you further understand it, but that's not for today. So let's go back to TradingView. Hopefully now you can remember. Okay. Let's get back to TradingView. So guys, we are back. Members, please settle. Please settle. So guys, now that you know now which type of range is being formed here? Who can tell me? This whole thing, which type of range is this? Between this and this?
That one is diving into.
Yeah, chairman. Eh? Let me mark it yellow. Eh? Guys, this is sideways. Eh? We're in the middle of the chart. Sideways.
Yeah.
We only take the order, the sell or buy order on a breakout. Yeah, it broke out. So we sell from here. Okay. If it broke above here, you would buy from there. Good enough. So let me zoom out. So now guys, if you keep on doing this kind of thing, you're going to have ranges all over. You're going to have ranges all over. Okay. That means this is what they call dissecting the market. Already I see a buy zone here. Can you see this? I was able to spot this from a range, from very far. This thing here. So this, Alex, you remember? You take it like this. This is a what? This is a buy zone. Any break below you, you want to sell. Okay. The reason we look at it. Okay. This is a buy zone. It holds. Okay. So guys, if I zoom in here, are you seeing? Now look here closely. I've zoomed in. Do you realize that? Do you realize that? Do you know now what the market was doing here? So it broke through this range, this zone, this supply zone, and then it rallied down some good number of pips. But when it reached here, because we have a zone here, it first formed a range. This is a range, okay? It was testing to see how strong the sellers are, okay? So we had a small retest here. We formed a low here. Then we formed another high here. If you remember the principles of highs, but price didn't break above the previous high, so it again fell, and it tested fell below the previous low, so and below the zone. Okay, so this range wasn't strong enough to 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 stop the sellers, so the sellers just broke through it. But as you can see, some resistance was formed. It didn't just go through it. Okay, which target? So guys, so these zones speak a lot. So if you can plot them, it's a very big advantage to you. Okay, and they always go across. Let me show you something. Again, on my left, I already saw this. We have a doji. If I zoom in, if we're zooming in, are you seeing this thing? This is a doji. Look at the engulfing candle. So this is a very strong level. You want to mark this. You want to mark this. Take it all the way, ride along with it. And as you can see, these levels coincided. Now they can be taken as one. Okay. So if you have two retests on the level, it means it's very strong. So price came and tested it here, but it didn't break through. So that's why the level was so strong. The buyers were still in the market, so price again went up, back, and formed a new level there. So guys, this is how you can whatever. So what really happens here, whenever you see this kind of formation, why are we plotting our levels this way? You see these dodges, these are called entry points for smart money. Smart money is it's the profit the banks make. It's the way the banks make. Okay, the banks don't make usual money like you because they like to go big. So whenever you see a doji like this, it means very many contracts have been opened on this day. Okay, usually by banks. Most people don't know this, but it took me some time to figure out. Okay, so you want to mark. So this is why we are marking our levels this way. Okay, so so usually the levels these points are usually tested twice before price breaks out. Okay, yeah. If price came again and tested something here, it would mean that there would still be more orders that had to be filled by banks. By that, it means they need to push out more retail traders from the market. This is I'm going to explain more on this in the session I termed the Judas Goat. That will come, I don't know, sometime this week. So now, away from that, let me just show you this different range. So now, if let me say I was taking a big time frame, so let me say I'm on a daily. Okay, let me no, let me stick to 4 hour. Let me stick to 4-hour. So I'll explain. So if I stick to 4-hour, I'm going to plot for you the type of range. So look at this. I'm not even going to go very far. Okay. So now that you know that we plotted a big range before. So guys, allow me remove some of these zones since you already know them. So let me zoom out a little. You realize that we have let me consider this zone here, this whole zone. Now which kind of range is this thing? You see the difference? Hopefully you can now see the difference. Which range is this? Who remembers? Hello? Are you guys tapping?
Yes, we are tapping.
Okay, does it make sense now? Like, now this range is, this whole thing is a range, but it's, but as I told you, it's diving onto the zone, okay? It's diving onto the zone, it's not sideways, okay? So whenever it's diving onto the zone, I told you, if it retests and breaks out of the range, you sell. And it usually does that sharply. So that explains this sharp move, this one, okay? So you have a range diving into the zone. So it tested the zone here, as you can see. And then the other move I talked about. So is the thing to do with ranges clear? Hopefully. You just get better at it if you do more practice. Please go. Maza, is everything clear? I hope. Now I want to show you the easy stuff. Maza, are you there? Is this guy in the session?
Yes, Mr. Tamale.
Auntie, I'm done with ranges now. Like how to spot them and how to trade when you spot them. Now, I'm going to remove all the drawings. You should be able to do this by now. You should be able to understand what's really going on here. Too bad you can't copy. You'll have to do this. Chairman, as you guys have to go and practice this. Okay. Now I'm going to remove everything and show you the easy stuff. The easy stuff is there is a tool you can use to spot all ranges. Isn't TradingView beautiful? There's a tool for ranges. The only downside is it obviously, first of all, you don't learn because it will become harder for you to spot them by eye without having to open up your laptop and use TradingView. The second thing is I don't think they give you the ranges that dive onto the zones, and also they don't give you the zones. So let me remove only let me remove these ones that were sideways. So I've removed that. I've left the zones. So what is the name? So when you're getting a tool, yeah. Sorry, it's an indicator, not a tool. You come to indicators, and then you want to search for. It's called range. Let me just put in range. It's called range something. range. uh-huh. So guys, you can see it, it's here. It's called range identifier or the lazy bear. Why is it? Already now you know why it's called lazy bear, because you want to be lazy.
Yeah.
You want to be lazy, you don't want to spot the ranges by yourself. Yeah, so for now you can use this to practice. So you come and click it. Yeah, so I hope you can see. Your chart is going to be like this. Let me zoom in. Now, this thing it has just plotted out all the ranges for you. I hope you can see. This is a range, this is a range, okay? All right. This is a range. So how do you trade? So let me give you an example of how you trade when you have a range like this. So if you're using this tool, this is a scalping strategy. By scalping strategy, I mean you're going to risk high on a short move. Maybe you'll place a one lot on a 5 pip move. That will get you about $50, since depending on the currency pair. Yes. So looking here, so if I have this range, now again, this is why I want you to do this by yourself, because the way it's spotted this range is different. If I remove this, it took this high and then this. It didn't take the whole thing, okay? But the range looks like something like this. When you spot a range, you want to know this is a downward. This is a bearish setup. So bearish, you want to sell when price breaks out of the range. So if it's bearish, when do you sell? You sell after at the close of the candle that comes after price has broken out. So where did price break out? Let me zoom in. I'm going to zoom in big, because if you're trading with price action, so this is what these guys do. He has spotted the range, this whole thing. So when did price break out? Price broke out here. Actually, to be precise, yeah. So I'm taking this high, this low, and this, okay? But you can see price broke out here. Hope you can see that. So you want to wait for the next candle, and you want to sell at its close. So where's the next candle? This one. And where did the candle close? It closed here. If it's a bearish candle, the close is below, okay? So this is the close, not this is its open, and then this is its close, okay? So if I mark this, you would have sold here immediately if you're trading with ranges. You'd have sold here. Price is at something like, see, price is at 2.72430. Yeah, you would have sold there until the next powerful range which was formed. Okay, when a new range is formed, you want to take profit, because you know because price is consolidating. You don't know whether it will move up or down. Remember, we didn't plot zones here. Most likely there is a zone here. Price usually likes to consolidate around a zone, because already you know why it is difficult for price to break through a zone. So here, if you took this trade, let's see how much, and you closed here, how many pips are these? Are these 628 pips? I think they are 628. Guys, are you there? I'm actually done with the session. Moza, you there?
Yeah, I'm around.
Yeah, I'm actually,
around. Yeah.
I'm actually done with the session, so you can ask me questions regarding ranges because we are through.
Yeah, the network, man. The network is.
Too bad, but we are through. So you can ask me questions. Those who have questions. Things to do with ranges are done. Maybe you can just ask me what we should cover next.
I thought we were going to cover the Judas thing. We haven't yet covered it from the other time.
And yesterday Museveni happened. So
So tomorrow we'll let us do the Judas.
maybe tomorrow. But ranges is done. I hate using the tool, so I'll take them off.
Mr. Tamale.
Yes, please.
So, for example, when this wedge bounces off a supply zone,
Which wedge?
where is your best entry?
Which one? Which wedge?
This the one that bounced off the supply zone up.
This one. This one.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay. Yeah. You want to? Hey, let me talk about this. I forgot to mention something. When dealing with ranges, you need to plot a midline. You guys go out. You need to plot a midline. So let me say I have this. Trading view is being funny. I believe you can do this. Okay, you need to plot a midline all across. Okay, every range you make. Okay, so let me say you had a range here. I remember I removed them. Every range you have here, you need to have a midpoint for it. Okay. God. Stupid. I have some lousy people here. Sorry. Trying to change its style. That's John. What happened? Okay. Okay, this is dotted. Okay. So when you have a midline, let me say this was a range. When you've spotted this range, okay. Those who like to, if you want to trade inside the range, okay. If price breaks below the midline, in a sideways range, you always sell, and if it breaks above, you buy. That is the strategy there. But it's usually short term. So if you want to scalp, you can keep scalping. These are something like 30 pips, 30 up, 30 down, 30 up, like that. Okay, you need to have a midline, midline in between the two ranges. Okay. So where do you enter from? So this kind of thing that is diving onto the zone. After plotting it out like this, you need to, let me say I took this whole thing. Okay. You want price to break below this last trend line. And you need to mark the previous, the most recent. So this is an uptrend. You need to mark the most recent higher low, which is this. I'm looking at this guy, this one. So price falls below the previous higher low. This one. So this is your entry. I hope that does it for you. This is your entry. 246776110. This is your entry.
Thank you.
Okay, so the session is done. If you have no further questions, I would like to end it now. No questions?
Thank you.
abamu mbeerabidde muteekeeko bufuusi bamulabeko. Kakati ng'omukulu Ssenkya Kisembo, I need to see your faces. Alex.
So coach wants to see you people.
Medi is also kuba mu forex so conscious.
Oji.
Is a forex is America. Next tip, skip them, repeat, don't pay.
Nkusabira owangule. Nze nkusabira owangule okube ku ssente.
Neyanziza.
Okumitinga obuvunanyizibwa bwe. Ebintu ebyo mbyagala nnyo.
Ati kino ekintu kino nkusuubiza kikuba. Webuuza Ssenkya.
Okitegeera. Kakati awo simanyi lwaki Sharon yadduka mu kirasi nga sinnamulabako.
Okimanyi lindako kocha ayina kwera sirabangako Sharon sirabangako Ruth
Ebintu kati gw'obadde watya n'okwogera.
Mbadde nkyekuŋŋaanya.
Kakati oli munzikiza ettaala yeekulya emabega n'akutegeera nti kati tunula mu ttaala nsobole okutegeera.
Kati okimanyi ekya tugenda kukola ka introduction kati tuyinza obulala kiro
olinga alabikalabikako.
Andi abamu tebaliiko babudde.
kibi nnyo katugende mu group tujja banoonya tomorrow tutandika ne introduction tubalabi
kikulu nnyo.
kale otherwise mwe balibeera mu class
kale mweraba
kale boss.